everyone. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Audrey, the retreat travel specialist for the Costa Rica Trail Running and Wellness Retreat webinar. I'm going to go ahead and start admitting everyone to the webinar. So thank you so much for your patience. Please feel free to ask any questions in the group chat here. I also wanted to just mention that at the end of the webinar, I'll have a chance for everyone to ask some questions, and want to make sure everyone can hear me. Can you please raise your hand and letting me know that you can hear me?
Yeah, it's a trail running and wellness retreat.
If you can
And
also
is your
please
sister there
mute
right now?
yourself.
No, she's
Cheryl,
just-
I think you
You guys are
are.
watching.
Go ahead and mute you there. So yeah, I will just wait a few more minutes to let everyone get registered and in the webinar here, and then I'll go ahead and get started. I went ahead and muted everyone. Just want to make sure that you all can hear me. So if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat and I will answer them at the end. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started here because it looks like everyone who is joining is already joined. So thank you so much for joining this Costa Rica Trail Running and Wellness Retreat. Again, my name is Audrey, the retreat travel specialist, and I'm happy to announce this Costa Rica January 2025 retreat for you guys and talking about the details of what it would feel like to join with Run Wild Retreats. So I just want to hear from everyone. Where are you joining from? Have you been on retreat with us before? Just please let us know some more details about you in the chat. If you want to go ahead and start chatting in the group chat, I'd love to hear where everyone is joining from and if you've ever been on retreat before with us. Go and do that. Okay, well, it seems like no one is in the chat, so I will go ahead and get started. Let's see here. So we'll go ahead and talk about who Run Wild Retreats is. So Run Wild Retreats, we're a team of 7 women. I am the retreat travel specialist, and so I help with the customer journey and all the details as far as sales go. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me at info@Run Wild Retreats. As a company, we've won many awards, as you can see here. We are a well-established premium travel brand, and we do offer different incredible organizations that help us deliver these amazing experiences worldwide. And that's what we can't wait to share with you about how we've been able to establish our company and our brand as this premium women travel company with the Transformational Travel Council backing us up in terms of the experience itself and allowing our participants to experience such a transformation. And that's what we have included in each of our retreats. So I'm really excited to let you know what that all entails here. So my job is to kind of help you prepare for the retreat. So if you have any questions in preparation in terms of the flights, the insurance, the logistics, how much you're going to be running, I am here to give you all of those details. So please let me know if you do have any of those questions, and I can answer any of that either on this call or post webinar. I'm happy to answer offline in an email. So specifically, now you're wondering probably like why are we hosting in Costa Rica? And that is because we want to allow our customers, our participants, to experience something different. So we just had our first Costa Rica retreat this year, actually, and this is one of the participants' review. She was just saying that each of her retreat experiences is unique, and immersing herself in a new place with amazing like-minded women. And she feels safe and nurtured during her experience. And she loves that it's, you know, once you sign up, you show up and we take care of the rest. It really is truly a true vacation for you. So you don't have to worry about any of the where am I supposed to be or any of those like nitty gritty logistics that you have to do on vacation when it's just you and your family. We have an actual app called Yuli that you can use throughout your whole experience with us on retreat. You can check your to-do list, you can upload documents, we share photos, and I'll get into those details as we move along here. But just wanted to reiterate the fact that Costa Rica is such a unique experience in that we do have so much biodiversity, and I'm actually located in Costa Rica right now, which there's a tropical storm going on, and so that is why it's very dark where I am right now. And sorry if the internet is a little bit iffy, but it is a third world country, but we do feel that it is a place to visit because of the beautiful nature involved in Costa Rica. The Costa Rican culture is very much all about nature, and so we want to be able to run in such a beautiful place. And I'll talk more in detail in further slides here. So yeah, this is an 8-day retreat. So we will begin in San Jose, which is the capital of Costa Rica. And this really allows you to get right in the center of the Costa Rica country. This is the big capital of Costa Rica. So it's right near the national volcan Poas, which is where we'll be going first. And so that being said, we spend most of our time embracing the tropical rainforest and enjoying this immersive experience in different spa locations. We have resorts that we're partnering with in Costa Rica, where Tobacan Resort is a world-class site for pure relaxation. So the next run you'll be also be doing on like the third day, I believe, is the Arenal National Park. And so this is a pristine natural habitat that surrounds mostly a famous volcano and energy vortex that's like no other, which is why Costa Rica itself is a blue zone, which I'm sure you've heard of I think there's about 6 or 7 blue zones, something out there. And Costa Rica is one of them because of this kind of energy vortex that it is held here within rainforest and biodiversity. We have then we'll be making our way to Rio Perdido, which is a stunning sanctuary here with the sustainability and wellness experience and thermal river. So the government here in Costa Rica really emphasizes the river and water systems. It's kind of like a public land. So they really try to sustain and reserve their natural habitats. And so we'll be visiting all of these different places on the retreat, ending it in a place that feels like volcanic with that energy and the thermal hot springs. And there's nothing like bathing in a natural mineral bathing, natural hot spring that is not man-made. And so after that experience, you'll make your way back to the capital. So we're really going from the volcano to the thermal hot springs, the Turbacon Resort, where you'll be able to do your own spa and a luxury resort, and then making your way to Rio Pedrito, which is another sanctuary resort. So you'll experience a lot of variety of the different options that Costa Rica has to offer in terms of their spas and trail running, really getting into the cultural experience here in the rainforest. So moving on to why run wild retreats. So this is another review from one of our recent participants of the burnout that you might experience on just in your daily life. And so she went on her retreat in Moab, and it was exactly what she needed to dig herself out of the burnout and really connect with nature and the love of running. So Run Wild Retreats is not all just about running. We do emphasize the wellness portion in our retreats, the transformation that takes place, which is why we have the different phases. I am back, and I am so sorry for the delay. We had a bit of Okay, we are back. I am so sorry for the internet glitch there. We are having a storm here in Costa Rica, so that is why I was out there for a second, but thank you so much for staying here. I am going to go ahead and share my screen again. Let's see here. I just want to make sure I have everything ready for my sharing here, and then we'll get started again. Thank you so much for your patience, everyone. Okay. Let me just get this going up one more time and then we can get started. Okay, here we go. So I am going to present the last slide we were just on, which is this one here. I am back and I am so sorry. I am going to admit all the others in here. Thank you so much for joining. And again, I'm so sorry to have the internet glitch going on with this webinar. Let me go ahead and share my screen again so we can go ahead and get started from where we just were. Okay, so I was going to continue here with the why run wild retreats. Let me go ahead and present my screen. The internet is just a little bit slow right now. Sorry for that. Okay, so moving on to the next slide. Let us take you on a journey like no other with Costa Rica, which I am currently in, which is why I'm having these internet glitches. So I'm so sorry about that. But yes, basically this is a foreign country. So this is a mindful journey that we will be taking you on with us. We have had one retreat in Costa Rica in January. And the average group that we do have retreats with is about 10 to 15 women. So we have many different types of women joining, from solo travelers to friends, but pretty much just wanting to have a break away from the daily grind. We've intentionally designed our itineraries to be in the mindful and well-being of why you're going on a retreat. So it's not just to, you know, track your metrics with your runs. It's not to complete a complete goal, but it is to find a community within the retreat setting while you are on a running and wellness journey. So we want to just make sure that throughout this webinar, we'll share most of what that means in terms of the different phases of the retreat. And of course, each retreat centers around a specific experience. So each day is different in terms of the itinerary, but we'll be able to experience specifically the Costa Rican culture, the food, the history, the environment from the different places that we are going to be going, which is what I explained earlier. You'll enjoy the wellness experience, such as a free time at the volcano heated hot springs and thermal pools in the Tobocan Thermal Resort and Spa, as well as indulgent massages and facials, world-class treatments. So these are really world-class spas in Costa Rica that you will be able to experience and immerse yourself in during the retreat. So it's kind of taking that wellness piece with the running piece and really allowing you to balance that mindfulness and fitness goal. So when we are at the Rio Perdido, we'll be looking at the sanctuary resort with such a nourishing experience, because you can really nourish your skin with the mineral volcanic mud and really renewing yourself from the skin into your cells. And just, you're going to just come out of this retreat feeling like a new woman. You're going to feel that whole completeness that you want to feel after an 8-day retreat. So that's the reason why this retreat specifically is a little bit unique, is that it is one of our longer retreats. And that is because we really want you to really get deep rooted into Costa Rica, because it is a different environment. It's a different climate. It's a different, culture. And so that's where, at the park, National Volcan Poas, you'll be at this volcano, which craters the stream of cloud forest and fauna and biodiversity that we don't see in the United States. It has 2.5% of Earth's biodiversity in Costa Rica itself. So you will be running along this authentic, like, local family farm. You'll be stopping at different ranches and seeing different jungle landscapes. So there's so many different types of birds here, waterfalls, you know, there's hanging bridges that we'll be crossing during the retreat. So it's just like just a different type of atmosphere itself. It's not, well, January is actually the dry season of Costa Rica. So in Costa Rica, it is, you know, in the tropics, and it has two different seasons. So the January through March or April timeframe is their dry season, and right now it's the rainy season. So it's like their summer and winter rainy and dry season, and we'll be going during the dry season. So that is going to be a warm welcome and for anyone who is experiencing the winter climate in the United States. This is a great time to join us in the new year to kind of get that energy going with the heat from Costa Rica. So just wanted to highlight that as another opportunity. And also we'll be joining the largest lake in Costa Rica called Lake Arenal. So that is up in the northern region of Costa Rica. So this is going to be a very unique journey for someone who has never been to the tropics. And just wanted to let you know that the first stage and the first prepare phase of the retreat is really just getting familiar with your retreat leader. So we have 3 amazing retreat leaders, and this is Margaret, and she will be joining as the retreat leader for Costa Rica. So you will get familiarized with Margaret about a month or 2 ahead of Costa Rica, which will be in November. So coming up, we will have a webinar with Margaret so you can ask any questions, and you'll be able to see who is on the retreat with you and meet the other participants included on the retreat. So the first phase of the retreat experience is to prepare yourself with the other folks joining and the retreat leader and ask any questions. We want you to feel completely comfortable and ready to go preparing for your retreat. The next phase is the arrival phase. So during this phase is really just getting your body and mind balanced with where you are in terms of where you're going in Costa Rica. So once you've been able to establish that first step of securing your booking package, which you can decide between a private and a shared room accommodation, depending on your preference, mentally preparing for that, and then really getting the to-do lists complete. So in the Yuli account, which I spoke to beforehand, you have a to-do list in your personalized Magic Link that you can check off with your intake form, the flight information, insurance. We do require insurance for international retreats to back up if there are any flight delays or any injuries going on. But we really want you to travel with heart in preparation of this transformational experience. So that is the meaning of this travel with heart video that I will share with you, and making sure that you understand it is the whole woman that we are trying to transform during the retreat experience. And once you arrive in San Jose, Costa Rica, which is the capital, we will take you directly to the Hotel Buena Vista Chick hotel, which is in Alajuela, which is about 20 minutes from the airport. So we will have a shuttle waiting for you to take you securely to the first hotel, and the retreat leader, Margaret, will be there waiting for you at 4 p.m. With a warm welcome for that meeting. And then right on day 1, we will be connecting as a group. So you will be connecting in person as a group, really meeting everyone. You'll do a shakeout run, which kind of like shakes off all the traveling jet lag and nervousness and acclimate to the weather and the climate that you're currently in Costa Rica. So that's where the trail running in Costa Rica, it is a little bit different than what you might be used to in the States. And so what does it feel like running on dirt paths in the tropical environment? And you don't really need to have a complete trail running experience to join this retreat. We do go on double track roads, some moderate elevation gains, but most of the mileage we will be running is between 7 to 9 miles. So you don't need to be like a marathon runner. We go at the group's pace, and we will have the guide along with the retreat leader with us running in a group setting. So this is a level 2 retreat, which means it's not, a beginner trail running. It's not a intense trail running. It's right in the middle. So if you're someone that's a little bit nervous about this, being a beginner, I wouldn't say it is too challenging. If you do want kind of more of a challenge, this does have some muddy, trails, but it's nothing like that you should be worried or concerned about in terms of elevation or acclimatization like you would have in South America. So I think that that is why we do it in January, because it is a better time to have the retreat, not during the rainy season where you'll be in the mud more and really rainy. And this is the perfect time to go to Costa Rica, escape the winter, and join in the hot season of Costa Rica. So the next stage is really embracing the challenge, and through the discomfort of the challenge comes growth and insight about what you're truly capable of. So you might not think that this will be a challenge coming to a tropical environment, but this is part of the transformation, is kind of getting out of that comfort zone, out of your daily grind, and really getting rooted into who you are in a different place. So this really allows you to get naturally who you are, because you're so centered with close to nature in Costa Rica that it will kind of like bring out your inner childness, if that makes any sense, and really awakening those senses of who am I and how am I feeling in the present moment, and what this challenge really means to you, and really taking that transformation to another level. Not really worrying about what is outside of you and really what is inside of you in the present. So that's what I just want to keep letting you know, that that is part of the challenge of the retreat, is really just getting into yourself and what you truly are there for. So this is kind of an overview of what the first hotel looks like, the Hotel Buena Vista. You can see that beautiful sunset. The sunsets are amazing here. Each will spend one night here and have a dinner. We'll get acquainted and then check out in the morning and go to the National Volcano Poas Park. So that's where the retreat leader will have this mindfulness running practices that we'll be running with, to help you focus on your breath and your body, and discovering from the joy around you, with the environment around you, with the people around you. And then we'll continue to the Tabacon Thermal Resort and Spa, your home for the next 3 nights. So yes, you're probably curious to experience what you've never been in a place like this. And so that's the phase 3, is that kind of, I'm not sure why the photo is not showing here, but I think the internet is not stable. But really this phase 3 is getting curious. So you're really just transforming about what this experience and the assumptions and expectations you might have thought ahead of time, and really being in that present moment of being in this new place. Like what are all these new flowers I've never seen? What is, just the landscape of being here will really awaken you to be a curious person, like when you were a child, seeing something for the first time. And that's really where the curiosity and things unfold with bringing what changes you, and really like embracing the diversity of being open and transparent to something new. The next phase is the connection phase. So this is where you will know each other more on a face-to-face and having conversations. It will be a lot easier once you've gotten to know each other on the retreat, and really establishing that community mindset of your retreat participants, your fellow retreat participants, who might be your best friends at the end of the retreat. From the guides, the retreat leader will be able to share different practices with one another. And I think that's where it gets really fun, and you can really start to integrate, more of the sharing aspect, and keeping those connections and moving that even further into maybe another retreat. We do have a lot more going on in the rest of this presentation that I'd love to come back to about the connection piece, this phase of the retreat, because it is a huge piece of the transformation, and really relying less on your phone, less on what's back at home, and really being present and really getting that digital detox. Because, in the society that we're in, we're all about this digital virtual reality, and we were really just trying to get back into our humanness, into our senses. And that's really where you can connect with other like-minded women in a beautiful place such as Costa Rica. So this is another image of what kind of you'll be experiencing with the waterfalls and the beautiful scenery. The presence policy I just wanted to mention is that we're going to be turning off all the watches and GPS devices, just so that you are really not distracted by the metrics, because that is not the point of this retreat, is not to reach a certain marathon goal, but it is part of the fitness goal of of getting you really into that mindfulness of no distractions during the retreat and being present. At the beginning of the retreat, you might feel a little bit overwhelmed, really trying to still be attached to your phone and connected to things back at home. But we've heard from other folks that it's really important to be present, because you might regret not being present and constantly still being in that mindset of what's back at home, always worried about that. But this is really a time for you and to break away from that. So the guides and the retreat leader will assist you with that during the retreat. So moving into the next location is Coas Volcano. So this is an image of what we will experience with the volcano being, in the northern section of Costa Rica, and the beautiful energy that it brings with the cloud forest, that diverse fauna. You'll be running across like different types of orchids, rare birds. The guide will show you the different environmental aspects that they have here in Costa Rica, with the biodiversity and discovering joy and just really the authenticity of what Costa Rica has to offer. This is an image of the spa at Tabacon Resort. So this is kind of a feel of what it will feel like to stay at this home for 3 nights of the retreat. And this is where you can really experience that at-home feel, where you'll be have free time to have a volcano heated hot spring spa, where the range is between 72 and 105 Fahrenheit. And you can then enjoy the restaurant at the resort there. So it's not like you have to go anywhere, but stay really here and kind of just get rooted there. Really enjoying the spa, which you can secure your own spa appointment at your to-do list. This is what the spa looks like. And you can make any advanced bookings that you want between 3:30 and 6:30 on that day. So once you register for the retreat, like I said, you will have a to-do list and you can book your own spa appointment for this day, whatever spa you would like what kind of spa appointment you would like to take is available there. And let's see here. Going to National Volcan Arenal. So that's the next slide here. On day 4, we'll be running and hiking through this spectacular jungle landscape, where it will have the world's most colorful and diverse birds and monkeys. Like I said, we do have all the wildlife at this National Arenal Park, which is spectacular to be visiting. Just want to make sure the slides are working here. Okay, so then we will be going to Lake Arenal, which I did mention. I'm not sure if the screen is updating here on your end, but I just want to mention that the Lake Arenal is where you can do your SUP paddle boards, and it's a lake where you can really enjoy the outdoors. You'll have a lot of free time to do what you want to do that afternoon. Moving on to the next slide here, the Rio Perdido Hotel and Thermal River. So this is where it's like the Lost River is what they call it, where it's a sustainable wellness experience. You'll be wearing your running clothes, and you can have lunch there, and then we will be doing a 20-mile features a 20-mile trail. So you have an option to use the trails on this property at your disposal. And there's therapeutic natural warm mineral pools at this location for you to also experience at the resort. So you have that all to yourself, which is an amazing experience. Which brings me to this mindfulness phase of being mindful and present in the moment. So not worrying about, again, what's happening at home, and really just leaving that behind and moving into where you are presently, and really taking advantage of these spas and resorts and the natural habitats that are surrounding you. Really taking that into action there. Then we will be going to Rio Perdido, which is another opportunity for you to reflect on, your journey so far, and you'll have some free time to enjoy the natural surroundings. This is where you can also do some yoga and, you can book another spa appointment here. We do have an afternoon to at your leisure. So you have the opportunity to do what makes you feel good for your wellness on top of the fitness running portion. On day 6, we will run on the nearby trails as well as the lush river canyon. So that's where we will be going through the natural springs, and you'll be able to have the afternoon to have a canopy forest tour, or you can have free time to soak in the natural hot springs. And also, again, to make another spa appointment before dinner. So again, balancing the running with the mindfulness practices on day 6. Moving into a wellness day of leisure. So this is a time for you to take a break and really exfoliate your skin with that mineral hot spring mud that I was mentioning at the beginning of the presentation with the Rio Perdido Canyon. So you can book in advance with this wellness portion, or you can also go tubing on the river, which a lot of people enjoy this past year. That was more an adventure that you can book as well in your to-do list. So if you'd like to do that, you can book that in advance in your to-do list. And there's just so much to do at this Rio Perdido location as well, in terms of spas and a chocolate tour. There's just very unique opportunities here to book an advanced more options during the retreat experience. Moving into the phase 7 of thankfulness and gratitude, which is a practice that we want to make sure that this is serving you. So serving your body, serving your gratitude to be thankful for your health. You'll have the time to reflect on your journey as you return home to San Jose. This will allow you to have an experience with the guide and a sharing circle to really reflect on how you're doing in your personal journey and how others are doing on their journey during the retreat experience. So it's kind of like a self-reflection, which is an integral part to the transformation of the retreat. And we have actually a journal that is called the Transformational Travel Journal, where you can write in this journal your notes, what you're thinking, day to day. We have some prompts in there for you to really reflect on. That is part of the, like, what is going on in your mind, trying to get that out on and being thankful for where you are and gratitude for being here. And then next we will do the integrate phase, where you will take time to acknowledge, what has transformed you so far, what has changed you. When you are returning home, what was that, pause and appreciate right now where you are. So like really being in the present and understanding what this experience has had for you as a person. How has that changed you? So you can write that in the journal, as well as just time to integrate this time during the retreat with the other participants. So this leads you to the who's going slide. So a common question, is like, who is going on these retreats? And it pretty much is right now we have four women booked. And like I said on the beginning of the call, we have about 10 to 15 on average normally on retreat with us. We have between the ages of 35 to 65-year-old women. So if you're in that demographic, that is right there. Perfect. And again, like I said, there's solo travelers traveling with friends. We actually have more solo travelers just because we like to have, take really someone on this journey ourselves. So that is where someone comes to us as the leader of a retreat and really kind of letting go. And we want you to be able to integrate yourselves with the other participants and really get a community formed so that you can even come on retreat with us again. And, we have had so many participants join repeat retreats because of this reason, because they do connect so well with all the other women involved on the retreat. So just don't feel like you are someone who might not be the right fit, because I would be happy to walk you through all the other types of participants we've had. We've had like 72-year-old women joining. And again, I can assist you with any questions if you have any concerns over that. So moving on to the food portion, where in my opinion, this is the best part of the retreat experience, where most of the meals are really that authentic Costa Rican style. So it's really farm to table. They are really specializing in the gallo pinto and seafood, plantains, tropical fruits, all the things that you would love to really experience during a retreat. They will allow you to do that in a better sense for the food portion. Costa Rica is also known for coffee. So we will be experiencing the microclimate of the coffee growers to experience the different types of beans and retreat with the coffee and juices and plant-based and dietary options there. I'm just going to answer some of these questions in just a second on the chat. So thank you so much for your patience. Here is what is included in the retreat experience. So like I had mentioned before, we have the 1 night at Buena Vista Chick, 3 nights at Tabacon, 3 nights at Rio Perdido, 7 breakfasts, 5 lunch, 7 dinners, daily guided mindful trail runs, arrival, transportation to the hotel, private group transportation and private yoga class. We do have the taxis and trail snacks, park entrance fees, dedicated retreat leader, and Run Wild's retreats gift bag, as well as the transformational travel journal is also available with an additional cost. And that is included in your to-do list and on your book now. So you can also add any dietary restrictions if you do have that in your intake form. So we are here to help you with the whatever support you need in booking, as far as we arrange the departure, we book your trip extensions, recommended on insurance. We do have 2 partners that we work with, so I can assist you with that once you are registered. And if you have any questions, we do have an insurance tab on our website that with the 2 partners listed there that we work with. So we do have the extension packages also available in Costa Rica if you want to stay longer. The registration deadline is October 28th for this retreat. So as long as you can register by then, you're good to go. And I just wanted to highlight that you just tell me more is the way for you to put in your information. It doesn't tell you that it's not booked. You just register with tell me more, and then you go to the book now tab in order to actually book the retreat, because you'll see the different packages from the shared room and private room accommodation packages. Those are the 2 options to book. So that is how you would book on there. And then moving on to the next slide here, I wanted to offer you our special offer. So thank you so much for joining today's webinar. I will be able to honor by September 25th, a $500 discount code. So if you are registered in the Tell Me More, I can send you, once you're ready to book, the $500 code. And after this after this webinar, I will send you the replay with all the details on that as well. And I just want to go ahead and get ready for the questions that you all had. So I see that Sharon had asked if these slides will be there on the website. I can definitely share this presentation with you. And can we see the itinerary list of extra spa services? Yeah, so once you register, you will be able to see what kind of additional costs are included with the spa. So some of the days the spa is included, where you can just use the spa thermal services and pools. And then if you wanted to book a massage on top of that, that is in your to-do list. So again, you would sign up, and it's an account with Yuli, which is an app, and you have your own link where you can actually complete the to-do list by uploading your flights, your intake form, which includes your dietary restrictions, and then what kind of spa services you want to add or extension packages you want to add to your booking will all be in that magic link that you have when you register. So when you go to register for the Costa Rica retreat, you will have your own account. That doesn't mean that you actually book. So then when you go to book now, then you can choose between the different packages, between the private and shared room, because they're 2 different prices. And then after that, you can put in your spa and the discount code for you to get this $500 off, which you can then use for your spa appointment. So I hope that that answers most of the questions here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing so that I can go ahead and answer those people that weren't able to join on retreat on this webinar.